Chicken, back in here again, new video. What's that? You hear it? That's fucking money. It's on the line. Pick that shit up. Don't be fucking broke. Alright, so once again, what is this? It's Queen Elizabeth. Let me read it for you guys. Elizabeth, $1 Australian. Bomba clot. Australian kangaroo, 2016, 1 ounce, 999.9 silver. There's real silver, guys. There's energy with silver and gold. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause when you actually hold it, you go like this. Look, I can't break it. I can't break it. I be here just holding that shit when I get orders. I be like this. Where the money? Where the money gonna go? Where's the money gonna go when it come to me? And you know, I tell you guys this. Shout out to Lynette Zhang. She always be like, if you don't hold, you don't own it. Boom. So for everybody who's a hater of crypto, there's ledgers, right? And on the ledger, you pretty much put your cryptos onto the ledger, which is your digital wallet. So for everybody saying like, oh yeah, you know, the power goes down, what are you gonna do? It's on a ledger, bitch. So mind your business. Okay. Moving forward, do not forget lofty tokenized real estate. The more and more you start to build your portfolio, the more and more you're gonna want to keep building your portfolio. The more and more you're gonna want to cut the cost. The more and more you're going to want to invest in yourself because you're actually seeing growth. You know what I'm saying? The same as like reading. You know, like when you're younger, you read books and you're like, okay, this book, like for instance, my book that like I feel like I started reading was Lion, Witch, and a Wardrobe, because when I was in 5th grade, we had that book to read, and every week, every chapter pretty much would be like 10, 12 questions. So unless you like typed in each question, which we couldn't do back in the day, you wouldn't really know what the answer was. So the main point of that is that like you read different stuff, action, whatever, novels as you're younger, and I can't even say when you get older. Yeah, when you get older, right? You realize that like you want to start reading what you enjoy now. You know what I'm saying? You no longer want to read the bullshit such as like these dramatic books and Love and Magic Treehouse and all this stupid ass shit. You know what I'm saying? You want to take time to read what you want to read. That's why it's important that you learn how to read, right? You learn that it's not a race to read. It's to read it again, get the knowledge. Then you move past it. That's really what it's about. And one thing I gotta tell you is that like the more and more you read, the easier it becomes for you to like decipher bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If you can't read or you haven't read for a while, when you try to read again, it's gonna feel like something different. But it's not the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? It just takes time for you to get used to it. The main point of this message, guys, is for you to understand that like at the end of the day, after it's all said and done, what do you still have for self? What have you created for self? Have you created something worthwhile for your children to continue forward, for your whole lineage to continue forward? And it really does come down to the man you want to be. It really does. I can't say to your upbringing, because at the end of the day, you can always change trajectory if you take the correct steps to change your trajectory or whatever. And a lot of times people like to just dwell in toxicity and play the victim. And like I said, accountability is one thing that people are afraid of, male or female, whatever, it doesn't matter. And you gotta just I can't take it day at a time, but if shit is fucked up, you have to take a step back and see why everything is the way it is. Like, you have to ask why. Like, you can't just take everything for surface value. For instance, when I was younger, right? My mom would have a drink 2% reduced fat milk. I don't know if you guys know what this milk tastes like, but it tastes fucking disgusting. It tastes like goddamn water. So it felt like I was drinking water with like cereal. One more time. It tastes like I was drinking water with my cereal. Wow, disgusting, right? And then I remember the only time I knew they had different milk is when I was at a cousin's house, and they had the same kind of cereal, but he had like whole milk. I was like, damn, this shit is fucking good. What the fuck is this shit right here? And this is the whole part about the unknowing. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what the fuck is the issue, you won't know how to change said issue. Life isn't hard when you choose to take steps towards longevity. When you choose to understand that like, okay, I have to make sure that I am doing my due diligence. I have to make sure that I am pushing past my own limits. At the end of the day too, you have to realize the more and more you choose to like stray away from the path you should be on, instead of doing what you believe you should have done, the harder it'll be for you to just push past any kind of limitation that you put on self. Because one thing you gotta realize is a lot of people live in the fear of the unknown. One more fucking time. People are in the fucking fear of the unknown. And when you like call somebody on their bullshit, that accountability makes them just fucking glitch. They just fucking glitch and they look confused. And they're like, they're not talking to me. Bitch, didn't you just trip somebody or lock the door or do whatever kind of shit? Like, you really gotta understand this, that this life you have should not be taken for granted due to the fact you only get one life. So the whole YOLO aspect is fucking stupid, because why would you want to YOLO through life knowing you get one life to live? Yeah, everybody believes in reincarnation, but you come back in the same body. So you might come back as a leaf, you might come back as a fucking tree, you might come back as a goddamn squirrel, all type of shit. Depends what your karma is. But the main point is message to understand that, you know, you got 24 hours. Only you can like really understand and take your life serious. That's it. I love y'all. Remember, what you cast will last, and what you water will grow, whether that's good or bad. Also, you heard that? That sounded nice, right? You gotta make sure you get yourself some of this stuff, right? And get into crypto and book a session online if you want to learn more about assets that generate income on a daily basis. And if you want to invest in lofty tokenized real estate, that is there for you to do as well. I love you guys. Goodbye.